Obviously, news of the night, Kendra Harrison breaks the record for his career touchdowns. Hearing that announcement, what was going through your mind in that moment?
Yeah, we knew at the end of the season he was kind of getting close to it, but that's what the player he's been for 4 years. When you've been producing for 4 years since his freshman year, he was a little bit slow getting him started his freshman year as far as because he had to come in and learn the whole offense, and we basically had to put in a whole tight end package just for him.
Wow.
But he ended up with several touchdowns his freshman year, and then that just translated over the last 3 years. So it's a testament to him and his hard work and the career he's had here for the last 4 years.
What do you feel like was the turning point for him, for it to finally click and him to kind of get his groove a little bit to make this career?
Yeah, his freshman year, he was still kind of growing into his body. He was like 6'6", 6'7", something like that
Sure.
his freshman year. So getting the physical of high school football, especially going from middle school to varsity football, just the physicality of that, and then learning the plays. He had to learn offense and defense. We play a bunch of guys both ways, but he started picking it up, and we used him a lot in that playoff run his freshman year where we made it to the state championship. Didn't win his freshman year, but he made a lot of plays for us down the stretch.
Yeah, and being in those kind of tough situations, even as a freshman, I mean, how much did that help him grow and just speak to his kind of maturity and ability?
Yeah, he's a really good player. That's why a lot of college coaches were coming through here after that fall. So just seeing him, a lot of guys saw him on TV were like, who's that kid? But he's a big kid, very athletic. Probably won't coach another kid like him the rest of my career. So
Wow.
try to use him and Deontay the most we can. And they came out and performed tonight.
Did you kind of have conversations with Kendra knowing that he was approaching the record, or did you not talk about it at all?
Yeah, I personally don't really look at stats and records and stuff like that until
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for the banquet. So I prefer to be looking at rings and ordering those things instead of looking at records. But yeah, those are nice for fans and statisticians and people to look at as we get closer to him. But again, it's just a testament to the career he's had over the last 4 years.
And you kind of talk about how you're probably not going to coach another player like him. In that moment, you hear that announcement that he breaks that record. Like, how grateful were you to have him for these years that he was here and just his impact?
Yeah, when you have really good players, it makes it easier to be a good coach. So they make coaches look good. So it's always nice to have players like them that you don't necessarily always have to put them in the right position. They're going to go make a play, regardless if it was a great play call or not. So that's always good for me. But then just to see them hit those guys grow over the last 4 years, not just as football players, but as people, that's always good to see. And then he's going to be in Oregon in like a month. So
Wow.
he's going to be taking another big jump here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only his offensive production, but he also had like the major strip sack at the beginning of the half to kind of get you guys, or into the first half, to get you guys in scoring position right before you have to go into the break. What does that just say about his ability to play on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, this side of school, we play a bunch of guys both ways, and we always say you win championships with defense, so we play our best guys on defense, and that's true for him and a bunch of other guys. But him and Candace coming off the edge presents anybody an issue, even with a run-heavy team. Wanted to go throw there, and saw the issue it created with them coming off the edge, so they're always a threat on defense too.
Sure. What makes him such a threat at that position? Is it just the size, his physicality? Like, what does that look like?
Size, speed, he's high school offensive tackle is not seeing a guy like that coming off the edge from week to week. So it's just something, he's got a physical edge on most high school athletes, and hopefully that carries over to college and NFL.
And when he broke that record, I mean, what was just your message to him? What did you say to him when you first talked to him?
I was just basically like any other touchdown. So right now we got bigger goals than we like to look at personal stuff like that. Hopefully in 2 weeks, but right now as long as we're 1 point ahead of the other team, that's what I'm most concerned about, and that's what I'm happy about. So it was happy for him, but then it was on to the next play.
Absolutely. And I did want to ask you about the Central Davidson offense. I mean, it just looked really, really odd compared to what we see kind of week to week. How did your defense go about tackling that, and just what were your kind of mindsets heading into that?
Yeah, it was, we knew being in the East, you never knew really what kind of offense you were going to see. Not that Central Davidson isn't necessarily really East team, but there's a lot of teams that run some different offenses that we don't see that we could potentially have been matched up with. So we kind of practiced that throughout the year, just knowing that down the road that we might see those types of teams. So we've prepared all year along with our weekly game plans, but then that's basically all we did this week was practicing those run fits, reading the keys, reading guards, being tough, being physical. We knew it was gonna be a long night for the defense, and they held the ground and gave up a couple plays here and there, but they were big on third down and a couple fourth down stops.
Absolutely. And on an emotional level, I mean, what does it mean to make it back to the Final Four again this year?
Yeah, it means you got a shot. It's always nice to be playing in December, and it's, even though it's cold, as we always say, is when you're playing in the cold, you know you're playing for something. So something's on the line each and every week, and we got to go play our best football if we want to be where we want to be.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you so much.
Yep.